Where he's saying true God and Jesus Christ. So you're saying, to kind of fast forward, you're saying that Jesus Christ is referring to God, therefore he can't be God. Is that what your point you're making? Yeah.
This is life eternal.
Yeah.
That they may know you.
Yeah.
Who's
you. God.
The only true God.
Yeah.
Who's the only true God here?
Yahweh, heaven.
And so
yeah.
there's a conjunction in
yeah.
And Jesus Christ, whom thou hast sent.
Yeah.
And effectively, that's what we say when we say the Shahada.
Yeah.
Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. There is no God except.
Yeah. I would disagree with that, but All right. Yeah. Go for it.
There is no God except Allah, Creator.
Yeah.
And we testify that Jesus was sent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To the Jews.
Yeah.
Right? So we say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. We bear witness there's no God except God, and Muhammad is the messenger.
Okay.
Right? So in this verse, Jesus identifies the Father.
Yeah.
The Father as the only true deity.
Yeah. When it says God here,
that completely refutes Jesus being God in whatever form you like to put this.
Okay.
Because Jesus says He alone is the only true God. So you cannot then say Jesus is God if Jesus Himself is saying that the Father is the only true God here.
Yeah, okay. So in response to that, so John 17:3, as obvious as it may seem, let me just not throw any cans of worms out there. Tradition ascribes the Gospel of John to John the Apostle, right? So the same John that's believed by tradition to have written John 17:3 is the same John that wrote John 1:1. So again, my point is that when you appeal to verses in John to argue, for example, John 17:3, that Jesus isn't God because Jesus is referring to God.
Yeah, Jesus is referring to the Father.
Yeah, to the Father. Yeah, but when you go to 100%, but when you go to John 1:1, it's the same writer. It's the same writer that is saying. It's 100%. I'm speaking with the gentleman Hamza. Let me just. I'm not trying to be rude here. I just want to finish the point. The same writer that wrote in John 17:3 that you may know something God, basically that like is Jesus speaking to God in the third person. It's the same John that has written in the beginning of the book. Remember, John is its own self-contained gospel, and he says in John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word or the Logos, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Now, as Christians, I know you might have heard it 1,000,001 times, but I'll say it for 1,000,002 times. We don't believe that God. Or let me just clarify. We believe that God is one in being, but three in person. So just as I'm a human being, you're a human being, we're all surrounded by human beings, but I'm Drew, you're Hamza, you're such and such, and blah blah. So we're different persons, but we're one. But we're different persons, but our personhood is not the same as our being. So what I'm trying to say to you.
Hold on 1 second. Are you saying the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are one in being?
No, I'm saying I'm saying they're three in person. I'm saying that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are three in person or personhood, but are one in essence, essence or being.
That's even worse for you, and I'll tell you why. When Jesus was on the cross,
yeah, go for it.
If you believe that they're one in essence, well, let's define what words are. What does essence mean?
Okay, so if I say that according to John 1:1, it says the Word was with God,
and the Word was God. Does that mean they're one in essence?
Yes, so Jesus actually comes from God. His very nature is the essence of God, which is what makes him God.
No, that's fine.
Okay, go for it.
When Jesus says, "My Father, my God, why have you forsaken me?"
Yeah, go for it.
Was he speaking to himself?
No, of course not.
Right. If you believe that they're one being, right, why would Jesus have to utter these words? That's the question. Hold on 1 second. The second point I'd like to mention is that Jesus said to Mary Magdalene, he said, "Wait here." Sorry, not that part. Jesus said, "I am ascended to my Father, and to my God, and unto your God." So, how can God have a God? Remember, if Jesus is ascending to his Father, the very definition of ascending demonstrates that he's ascending, he's going up to his Father, right? If Jesus and God are one being and one in essence, how can he ascend to his Father if they're one in essence?
Well, they're not one in person, but because it's not a contradiction because they're one in person. I mean, sorry. I'll never say it was a slip of the tongue. I didn't mean. I'm saying they're not one in person.
But you just said earlier they're one in person that share the same divine essence.
No. I said they're three separate. All right. In case I slip the tongue, just in case I slip the tongue, let me clarify. I am saying that Jesus is one person, the Father is a separate person, and the Holy Spirit is a third person.
So you believe in three gods?
No, did I say I believe in three gods? Okay. I said I believe that they are three individual persons who share the same essence or being. Therefore, I am saying that God is one in being or essence, but three in actual individual person. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but that's a problem because
it's not a problem. It's a problem for you guys, but it's not a problem for us.
It's actually a problem.
Hello.
For you, and I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because you believe that there are three. Right? Do you know the Athanasian Creed?
No, I don't.
Right. The Athanasian Creed states sorry?
The Son, the Holy Spirit,
yeah, they're one. They're one. That's the Athanasian Creed. They're all one, right?
Yeah.
You cannot divide the Trinity. Otherwise, you're committing a heresy, right? It's a heresy to divide the Trinity and say that they're individual persons, right? You have to believe.
Wait, it's heresy. According to
right, so the Athanasian Creed, right, is a creed that the church fathers they recite.
What century? All right, I'll look it up.
Right, so that is basically like the testimony of your faith. It's it's equivalent to the Shahada in Islam when we say there is no God except Allah, Muhammad is the messenger. So similarly in your faith, that the Athanasian Creed is that you, as Christians, you believe that the Father is fully God, the Son is fully God, the Holy Spirit is fully God.
But we don't believe in three gods.
They're not three gods, they're one God. And you can't separate it. Because if you separate them, you're committing a heresy. Right? But the problem with this, if we analyze the Bible, right, we see that there were separate entities, right? For example, right, where Jesus said,
separate persons, or when you say entity, what do you mean?
Like they were each separate beings. They're all individual. All of them have an individual personhood.
I'm saying that Jesus is a person. I'm saying the Holy Spirit is a person, and I'm saying Yahweh is a person. I'm not disputing that, but I'm saying that there's a difference between being, because a being is what you are. You are a human being. That is what you are. But who you are is Hamza. That's the difference between being and personhood. Let me make that clear.
Can the Son hold secrets from the Father, and the Father doesn't have access